Hamilton. Y'all seen Hamilton?
I was gonna say. I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't?
I haven't, and that's why, because I'm just like,
I know.
How do we feel about the whole cancel Hamilton thing?
I don't think that it should be canceled, but I think it should be talked about, that it's a wonderful, amazing thing that this show has been designed for people of color, by people of color. That's awesome, that's great, but the characters that we are glorifying were slave owners.
I find some sort of
glorify these characters, though? Because my argument is that I feel like Hamilton does a good job of treating them like people. Like, you see Alexander Hamilton's infidelity. You see how his rambunctious nature got him in trouble. But he is still one of the founding fathers of this country and did do great things for our economy to help us get started. But he also did these terrible things, too. And the show just doesn't acknowledge that specific one, but it acknowledges other ones.
I haven't seen the show, so.
Well, the thing is that, well, I think all of them contributed to the successful, quote unquote, creation of this country, and that's undeniable. But at the same time, they were not free of flaws.
Yeah.
And that is what we have to understand, with the exception of the thing in the White House, that's, we've had a lot of presidents, and all of them were not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And that just goes to us, just regular people. We're not perfect either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't think that, and maybe Lin-Manuel should have seen that it was going to come up that you're glorifying Alexander Hamilton, and he was a slave owner. But maybe he was thinking have to quantify, explain that.
To me, it's the same argument, though, as George Floyd being on fentanyl and being under the influence does not diminish the fact that he is another unarmed black man who was killed in this country unjustly.
Right. Yeah.
Just because you do things that are negative or have bad social implications does not mean that the good things that you do and the symbol that you represent as a person should be detracted from or diminished.
Yeah. And that was the whole thing that you're, what is her name? Colette, that girl,
Claudette Colvin.
No, not Claudette Colvin. The other one that I can't stand so much. That just
Candace Owens.
That was the one, because she said that the reason, that was one of the first things I saw that you posted, and I punch her in the head, was that George Floyd, he wasn't a good person, and I'm gonna tell people why he wasn't a good person. He wasn't a good husband. He was not a good father. And I'm like, what does that have to do with a police officer sitting on his fucking neck with his knee on it for 20 minutes or whatever? Mm-hmm. 1 minute was too long.
Yeah.
30 seconds was too long. What does that have to do with the situation, in the moment, right now? He did not deserve that.
The only, I guess, solace I find in Hamilton is the fact that if these characters did have slaves, we all know that. But now, the people that they were looking at back then, that they were owning, quote are now portraying them and telling their story. So that's the only.
Yeah.
And it was released in an era where there was a black man as the president, you know?
Yes.
So that's just knowing that, I'm like, okay, you know.
It's a mental hiccup.
That's okay, yeah. But at the same time, like singing these songs, and I'm like, oh my shit, fuck.
The thing for me is that I guess I take, when I saw it, I was enjoying the fact that these first that Lin-Manuel created the script, and it's actually brilliant.
It's brilliant, yeah.
And it's brilliantly directed. I had heard that it was brilliantly directed, but when you see it, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
But that kind of like, to me, a bit akin to the argument that when people say, oh, we're taking the N-word and making it our own. We're taking this story and we've made it our own, and we're performing in it, and we're telling this story, and we're doing it really well. You know, we all know that they were, you know, there probably are only a handful of white folks of that period that didn't play some kind of part in slavery.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just, you know, it is what it is. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. No, because that's what the thing said.
You slapped the shit out of yourself. I was like,
Don't you get just getting ideas about slapping me?
So here's the counter thing to that, is that I was watching an interview with Leslie Odom Jr., the dude who plays Aaron Burr, and he was talking. He was like, the thing that drew me to Hamilton was that I got to sit in on a reading of it, and he was like one of the first showings before he was casting. He was like, I listened to the song and watched the song, The Story of Tonight, and he was like, I went home and cried because never in my life had I seen 4 black men stand on a stage and sing about friendship and camaraderie.
Wow.
And he was like, I need to be a part of this thing. And then I'm sitting and going and thinking back and saying, yeah, wow, I cannot think of another musical that does that. And that's one song.
Right. Yeah. That's so true.
And so I do definitely see how, if the founding fathers were alive today, would they be fans of Hamilton? I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, they wouldn't. It's not, everything is not a flattering interpretation of all of them.
Yeah, so I see the argument for Hamilton needing to be canceled. However, I think that it's done more positive.
What do you mean? They want to cancel it?
It's gonna get canceled.
Yeah, it's like a big thing right now. Is like cancel Lin-Manuel Miranda, cancel Hamilton.
Oh hell no!
I'm gonna watch
I don't think
it.
it'll be canceled.
It's
really. Michelle Obama called it the best piece of art that she's ever seen.
It is for me.
The only Broadway musical that's gonna survive.
The only thing that
the rest of them aren't making money.
The best thing that good thing that I saw was Lion King, and Hamilton came in, if not a close second, you know, at least a first. They were
wow.
Because when I first saw Lion King, it was brilliant.
I cried.
Yeah,
The Lion King is gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yes, yeah. And to be able to take animation and put it on stage, you know, it's good.
I have yet to see it.
Me either.
You haven't seen it?
So beautiful.
The first number in it will have you in tears.
Yep. Goosebumps all up my arms. And I was in the back row.
Wow.
I was in the middle.
I was all the way in the
Elephants.
back, and I was like, I was there. I was in it. I was like, this is just incredible.
6 times.
Wow.
Yeah, because Leonard was in it. Leonard did Lion King for a year. He was, he was. Oh God, Shinzi's buddy. Oh
I
God.
love Lion King too. I should know.
Oh, not
Is that one of
Hyena?
the hyenas?
Yeah.
hyenas. Hyenas.
Ed?
Yeah. No, he wasn't Ed. He
The other one.
Ed.
Okay.
What's the other one's name?
Oh,
Whoopi.
Whoopi was.
Bonsai? Is it Bonsai?
Huh?
I think it's Bonsai or something like that.
yes, Bonsai.
Bonsai.
Okay.
I'll send you his picture. I have a picture of him in costume. Really, it's creepy. But yeah, and so I went in, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. And he was in it. I was like, I'm gonna go see it several times. And I did.
Yes. It's on my list.
All right, I think you guys convinced me to watch Hamilton.
It's also just so good. It's just
It is.
Yeah.
It's great.
And the performances, I was blown away. And I still want to see it live. Because the performances in it are, the girls were like, wow.
fierce.
Wow.
Just fierce.
I saw it live and I liked it better. The recording better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See
You
the
could see
original
everyone's
cast live?
faces and what's that?
You see the original cast live?
Not the original cast. Some of them was still there though. Like Renee, I got to see Angelica and Lawrence and Jasmine, Cephas Jones. I got to see all those kids.
Some of those roles are really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Yeah. That ensemble track too, man.
Oh,
I actually feel like that's the one thing about the film. The film doesn't do it does the ensemble justice, but like the intricacy, because they're still like moving on the above levels too.
I think
that.
it's one of the most intense ensemble tracks I've ever seen. I couldn't do it.
Yep.
I could not do it.
Yep.
There's
emotion on every word.
Wow.
Not just hanging out, coming on stage, singing a song, exiting, and then the person on and do their thing.
Nope.
And the thing is, I have a friend right now who's a swing in the Broadway production, and he knows multiple tracks. I'm like, you're a madman.
That is.
Wow.
Wow.
You have to be a dancer for that.
With 5 A's.
What did you say,
Right?
Dancer.
Debbie Allen dancer from the Debbie Allen School Academy. Well, thank you all for being a part of this. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Is there anything else y'all want to get off your chest, or before I start recording her?
So well lit. Looks like daylight in there.
I got a ring light, that's why.
No, I said.
Oh.
Oh.
Hmm?
Hey, light and rig.
You said the what?
I said, okay, light and rig. I see you, Brandon.
Oh,
I
Lord's
That's it's like not you.
Oh, Michael?
Oh.
I have a light behind me, and then I have a light in front of me. That's it.
Brandon trying to steal her thunder.
You're talking about me.
I know my lighting.
Talking about
I
I'm
try.
ready.
Get into the skin. Get into all of the skin.
That Fenty beauty.
She's shiny. She oily right now, though. Got that cocoa butter skin. But yeah, thank y'all.